Hello, this is iFixTech. Alexander with you. I've been doing this for 13 years, for fixing technology, and what I want to do, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and the purpose of that is to share my knowledge, because a lot of people don't have access to that, or they just want to see someone do it so they can learn, you see. So yeah, we're gonna make a YouTube channel, and this is the first video. Right now I'm just taking out screws, and so that's what you're seeing. A lot of these videos we are going to speed up because taking out screws is very boring. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this and get a benefit from it. We got all the screws out. Now you remove the fan. Don't yank it, wiggle it back and forth until it comes out. If you yank it, you either rip the connector, which is here, or you'll rip the actual wire. So you don't yank it out. And always when I do my jobs, these PlayStations get full of dust. So we got to clean it up for the customer. I'm not going to show that either, it's just blowing it out. So yeah. Alright, like I said, this is the newer PlayStation. And just 1,000 screws that you have to take out. Now, one thing, when I do these jobs, I put my screws in order. You don't see it, but when I took my screws out, I laid them out the same way I took them out on my workbench. So that's just, even I've been doing this for so long, I still do it because it's habit, and it's a good practice to do. And these videos, inshallah, are educational, right? So I may not put everything, and trust me, when you first work on anything, you will make a mistake. You will make a lot of mistakes. Anytime I do something new, I've gotten to the habit that it's kind of routine for me now. But anytime you work on something, take your time. Take your time and don't make a mistake, because then if you mess something up, you're going to have more problems and more fixing to do. So that's what I learned over the years. And while I'm working on these videos, if you guys want to leave comments below, I will answer them as best I can. Like I said, I do work all day, and sometimes I don't have time, but I will try to answer all of your questions. And don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I'm gonna be putting a lot of these videos up. Yeah, these should be really nice professional videos, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Now we are taking off the heat shield. Got all the screws out, taking the heat shield off. Very easy. If you have to pull it too hard, that means you got something going on wrong. Now, this is the front panel cable. This silver guy, this bronze, you just push it down. Just press the lever down. You grab the black lip here and you pull. That's it, okay? Always push this down, because if you don't, you will rip these traces on this ribbon cable right here. You'll rip them. Okay, you don't want to have pressure on them. Okay, now we're on the board. This is the newer one, so all of them are the T8 hex screws. So, and like I said before, when I take these out, I always put them in order on my bench. Just practice. I see a lot of videos, which I don't understand why they do it, but they just throw them in a bucket or in a cup, and yeah, it's just teach people. When you teach people, you teach them so they don't have to be like, oh my God, where these screws go, and all that. This is the plate for the processor and the GPU. I'm gonna take that off now. It's kind of stuck, right? The motherboard's kind of stuck. Where I start on these, I start on this side, okay? Put a little pressure, all right, it's gonna lift up. Now, you got the power supply right here. You put a screwdriver under here, you just lift up. A little bit of pressure, comes out. Okay? And you lift up slow, and you're ready. Now, when I do these PlayStations, like this one, look at the thermal is nowhere to be seen. What I do, I get a little Q-tip. These came with, I ordered this one time, this liquid. I take it and I try to put it back in the center. Okay, see how I'm putting it in the center. See, it's like a little glob. See, it stays together. You want to put it back in the center. Okay, same thing for the heat sink. This is the heat sink. Same thing. You just want to take your Q-tip and try to put it back as much as you can into the heat sink, because this is where it's supposed to be. I really don't understand how much of this got out, because they did get it fixed before. I'm not sure where they got it fixed, but maybe it wasn't tight enough and the liquid got out. So, and then where's my little spreader? This is my little spreader right here. It's a little spreader. And all you do, kind of just spread it around evenly. It's going to move anyway when it gets hot, but I just like to spread it around to where it's kind of even on the GPU. So same thing here, just kind of spread as much as you can. Don't worry if you think like it's not a lot, it's a lot. They don't need that much. You don't have to have a big glop of this stuff, because it's liquid, it's always moving, and it's just to take the heat out. So, and I'm going to pause here, and we're going to go to the microscope. 1 minute. All right, we're back. The first thing I like to do is check the actual HDMI port. Okay, I want to know why it doesn't have picture, because we need to know. So if you look here at the screen, there are the 19 pins for the HDMI port. Okay, so we want to know what messed up. So we're going to check. Look, see, there's our first bad guy right there. The first one, he's loose. There's another one. Another one, another one. So basically, every single pin is not attached. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna install a new port. All right. So we found out the pins are not connected at all. So what I do in this situation, I put the customer a brand new port. Okay, we just change it. So to remove it, you need heat. This is my heat gun. It might not be the traditional gun that everybody uses on YouTube, but this is what I learned from. I don't have a fancy setup. So this is a Wagner, got it from Home Depot, and I put the degrees, the Fahrenheit to 850. Okay, that's the temperature I found that works for the PS5 boards. But for instance, Xbox, you need around 950 to 1000. So in the beginning, I didn't know that. So this is all information that I've learned over the time. So we're gonna take this port out. I put a little weight on here just to hold it down. Doesn't need to be that much. And you take it, the nozzle here, you put it underneath the port. Exactly. So you put it right under it, okay? And these ports, okay, you don't yank them out. You don't yank them out. Don't try, look, I got some tweezers, long needle nose tweezers, and I'm waiting by itself, okay? Just pushing a little bit, okay? I'm moving the gun back and forth, okay? And distributing the heat evenly where the motherboard where it connects on the motherboard, okay? And we're waiting till it's gonna release very easy. See, it's still stuck. The solder's not melted yet. So I'm waiting for it to release. Oh, there it goes. So we're gonna grab it, and it's gonna come out easy. See? And we move it away. If it doesn't do that, what I just did, that means it's not ready to come out. You need more heat. Very easy. Even the Xboxes, the same thing. Put my gun on the side. Okay, now we're going to redo the solder on the pins. This is the way I do it. This is the method I do it. Okay, so we're gonna make those pins nicer. I got my solder gun, I guess, whatever it's called, solder tip. I'm gonna make these a lot nicer so I can put my new port in. This is flux, just basic flux, and we're gonna put it where we're going to put our new solder. So here and here. That's it. It's all. Shouldn't need more than that. Okay. Now we're going to take our new solder, some more solder, and like I said, this is the way I do it. If you guys have any comments, you can put them below under the video. I put a little bit on the tip of the solder gun, and now we're gonna run it right along and make those kind of fill them up, because when you took off the old one, the solder got removed. So I just want to make these real nice and even. Then we go to the sides here where the connectors go in, make those kind of circular, and then we go over here, and that's it. That's all you got to do. You clean off our tip and turn off our solder station. Need to go get the port. All right, we're putting the port in now. See, super fast, haven't taken much time. So I like to use needle nose pliers, and I grab the head of this guy and just kind of wait. So we gotta reheat the solder. See, it's lit, it's hard now, right? It's hard. So we gotta melt it again, or the feet of the port will not go in. So waiting here, like I said, it's just like when you took it out the first time. You go to each side and you're evenly distributing the heat. See, evenly distributing the heat. And what I like to do you're not worried about the middle, right? Those are going to melt. Where the traces are, they're going to melt. What we are worried about this method is getting the feet melted. You want the feet to melt where they go, right? All right, our left side is ready. So what I like to do, I like to start on one side and line it up. And wait, and it's in. Now, you go to the right side, same thing. It's already liquid, and it's in. Then you look at your TV, your scope, and you want to press the pins down. Okay? So you press, you make sure you got enough pressure, and you move your gun away, and you hold. You hold for like 30 seconds. Okay, you got to make sure it's got a good connection. Keep holding. I like to hold. Hold. See my gun? It's away from me, so I don't hurt myself. All right, and just a little pressure. You're not trying to, break the board. You just want a little pressure so the solder touches those pins. And you let go. Now, we're not done. We have to check, just like in the beginning, where we checked the pins to see what the problem was. We're doing the same thing. So I'm gonna back my microscope up and put it at an angle. And I wanna see those pins, right? And we do each one. We check each pin, okay? We want to make sure they are all connected. I like to put a little piece of rubber here, and now I'm going to go through each pin. We push them. If they move, it means they weren't connected. So 2, 3, 4. See, they're not moving. They're solid. 5. Okay, going. I'm not going to count all of them. That's it. They're solid. So we're done. We did our job. I'm gonna turn off our heat gun. Don't unplug your heat gun. Let it cool by itself, or you'll break it. All right. Put that there. And now we're going to reassemble the PlayStation. This is pretty fast. So, just like you took it out, you're gonna flip it over and put it back in. Okay. We already did our thermal paste, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we push here where the power supply is, and that's it. All right, we put the board in like I told you before. You just place it in flat, and you push on the power supply connector, and it's firm. Now the connector we did with the hinge, right? You don't have to press that anymore. You just push this back, get in the groove, and you're gonna hear a click. Okay, done. Now, you put everything back together backwards. The same thing you did, we're going to put it back backwards. So, now with my repairs, I'm kind of old school. Our heat gun went off. I like to use a manual screwdriver. Now, a lot of people might say, why don't you get a power electric one? Well, you can't feel the torque on these screws. See, when you use electric one, it's spinning, and then it stops. You don't know how much pressure you're putting on it, and you could rip these screw holes. You could rip them. So that's why I like to do it this way. And I got a big long screwdriver because it gives you more torque. If you have a stubborn screw that doesn't want to come out, it's more torque. All right, we did that. Now, our heat shield, we got our 2 screws for the motherboard and the screws for the processor. Now, we're going to put this guy in just like you took it out. Okay, very easy. All right, and it's flat. See, simple. All right. And this is the cover for the front panel connector. We're going to put those in first because that's what I like to do. So, and this is the boring part. Unfortunately, what you take apart, you have to put back together. This is what takes the most time, actually. All right, now the antenna. This is for the Wi-Fi. You put it just like you took it off. Same way, kind of goes under here. Then it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Just needs to kind of tuck under there. Now, what does have to be perfect, you have to connect these back to the motherboard. So you got to feel it. Now this takes practice. You hear a click, okay? If you've got it hooked up right, you will hear a click, okay? If you don't hear a click, that means they're not connected. So feel and see, even me, I've been doing this so long, still takes me time. So, and don't rush. Oh, see, click. All right, now, boring part again. Put these 1,000 screws in. So, you might hear some silence from me. And when these screws stop spinning, you stop. You don't try to make it super tight. You're not fixing a car. You're not trying to torque this down to a specific spec. When they stop, you stop. Because this job of this is just to dissipate heat. That's the job of this plate. Get the heat out. Because these PlayStations, they make a lot of heat. So, we'll just put in our screws. And I'm going to try to make a video every day for you guys. It won't be the same thing over and over again because that's repetitive. Every time I work on something different, something new, I'm going to make a video. Now it might be the same thing, you know, but probably not because you know, as viewers, you want something new. You want to watch something new. So, and that's what we're going to try to do here at iFixTech. Just educate. Just educate. Now, again, don't think this is easy, okay? If you have no background of fixing technology, you know, I'm almost done, right? It didn't take me, like, I told you, the part that takes the most time is these screws. Doing that soldering there and the heat gun, it is not for the faint of heart. When I first started this, and I'll tell you, I wasn't perfect. I learned by myself. I watched videos like you guys are doing right now, and I tried and I tried and I tried. When I first started doing these ports, it took me hours just to get the port right, just to get everything right. And don't feel bad if you're trying to fix yours, you know, try. But if you get overwhelmed fixing something, don't tear it up. Just stop, think, stop. Say, you know what, I really don't know how to do this. You see? So, we're almost done here. See, now I fixed these in probably 10 minutes. I'm done. See, before, like I said, I did take hours. But that's the learning process. Nobody's born with these skills. You have to everybody starts from somewhere. All right, we're almost done. Now these silver ones, I have memorized them. If this is your first time taking apart a PlayStation, put the screws in order the way you found them on the table next to you. When you make a pattern, your screw holes should match your screws. Okay? You don't want to stick the wrong size screw in these holes because you'll tear something up. We're done. This is the heat shield. Now, next, the frame. We put it, we check everything, double check, make sure everything's good. Okay, and we push it down very slowly. If it doesn't go in easy, you got something wrong. Okay, see? Very easy. Now, we're gonna put our fan back, just line it up, okay? And we're gonna put it in the groove, the connector, fan connector, and we're gonna push down. That's it, very easy. Okay, we're gonna put our cover on, and that is done. All right, now got these screws for the frame. This frame, I don't know if you call it the upper or the lower, but got these screws here. Now, if you are doing this as a hobby, or you're in a shop, maybe you're watching this video and you're like, man, this guy knows what he's doing. If you notice something, I don't leave screws out, okay? I don't leave screws out. I see that other stores, other people, they will, you know, oh, I gotta finish this fast, right? If a few screws are missing, who cares? No, that's not right. You give back the customer their device the way they brought it into you. Okay, it takes what, a couple of more minutes to do all the screws, if that. Because all these screws have a purpose. Engineers didn't put these screws here just to be funny. They have a purpose, they have a function. All right, those are the screws. We're at the fans, fan screws. Almost done here, very fast, fun video. This model is not the digital, it's the Blu-ray style, so it's the new one. Oh, I have a customer. Hold on 1 second. All right, this is the removable CD drive on the new PS5s. They go on the hinges, very easy. They just lay down, okay? And push, done. If it doesn't do like that, you're doing something wrong. Now these covers are annoying. They always go, see, you got these hinges, okay? They go in like this, and you push, done. And, oh, forgot our cover, see? Not everyone is perfect, but we learn. That's the cover for the M.2. We're gonna cover him up. Next cover. Alright, and push, done. Now, testing. Just like you would at home, you hook it up to your TV, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug in the HDMI. Okay. And got a power cord. Plug it in. Give it a minute to charge the power supply, and oh, not yet. There it is. And we want the picture on the screen. See if you did the job. There she is. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, please put them below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys. iFixTech. We'll see you next time on the next video.